I'm back quick. I thought I might give you a quick overview of how it looks. And I forgot to tell you about the little trays. They're put together just like everything else, with the little paper hinges and then the little pieces on the corners. And here's one that isn't done yet. And the side pieces sit on top of the bottom, not on the side. So all the little pieces fit on top. So anyway, haven't got all them done yet, but I thought I'd give you a quick overview of what the cabinet looks like now. I stuck the doors into the back. They're not attached, they're just stuck into the hole for now. I just wanted to give you more of the effect. Excuse the mess behind, I've got another project in the works. But this is how the top looks. Here's how it looks going down. And you know, this is prior to being painted or anything. And I also wanted to say that you don't have to use this as an apothecary cabinet. You could dress this up shabby chic and display thimbles or little pin cushions or little figurines or anything you wanted to. But see, it's just stuck in the hole right now. But this is the back view of it. And then here's a side view to help you see the slant more. See how the front slopes. The back is straight and the front slopes. And there's all that. And we'll move back around. So this is what it looks like now. And it's a very sturdy piece, let me tell you. And I also wanted to say that if you didn't want to cover yours with paper sacks like I'm going to do, you could just take your paper hinges and cover all the raw edges and then paint it up and do it that way. Or you could cover it in designer paper, your whatever paper line you're into these days. But I'm going to, and also on the acetate front, I decided not to cut a second front piece, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my acetate on, and then I'm going to get some little trim and trim it out like a picture frame type thing. It's going to have a frame, a trim frame all the way around the acetate, instead of doing just another front piece. So that's another change I've made. But I guess my next step is to finish all my little trays. I've only done this one. The rest are just still taped together, so I gotta do those. And then I'll be ready to, well, I guess next I need to decide on the back. I think what I'm gonna do, I could either put actual hinges on here, or I could put a hinge made out of tape or paper or something like that. But I do need to trim it down a hair. One this way and this way, because it's really snug in there and there's no way I could open it, you know, like a normal door. I want it to open easy and shut. And then I figure out some way to put a latch on. But I can always do that later. I can take the doors off and go ahead and start decorating it if I wanted to. And I think what I'm going to do first is to finish up my trays, and then I'll get my vintage looking paper sacks out, because I like those are thin, and it's not like putting a big old heavy paper bag on there. I like those paper bags because they're thin, and they've got that decorative element. So if I didn't want to paint it afterwards, then I've got the pretty Victorian vintage look to it. But I'm pretty sure I'll paint it afterwards. But I've got 4 zillion of those paper sacks, so I thought I'd use them. And like I said, I like them. You could probably use even tissue paper or decoupage on here if you want to. But I think what I'm going to do is I might paint it first, because I don't want any of the, oh sorry, I wasn't watching what I was doing. Don't want any of the words and big colors poking through the, you know, where you could see it through the paper, in case I just want to leave it as the paper, which I doubt I will, but you never know. But I think I may either use a gesso on it first or paint it first. I haven't decided, but I'll let you know as I continue the progress. I just wanted to give you a little update and give you the info about the little trays. There's going to be three per shelf, and I guess that's it for now. Be back in a bit. Okay ladies, here's an update. I've gone a little different way. I put a coat of gesso on there, and I liked the way it covered so much that I didn't do the paper. You know, I was talking about doing the paper bag on, you know, covering it with the paper bag and decoupaging it. Well, I skipped that. I put 2 coats of gesso on it, and then I painted it all black. Here, I'll give you a little quick view of it here. And I don't have the doors on the back yet. I haven't even painted those yet. I'm doing those different. Remember I said I was going to use the inset that came out of this? I think what I'm going to do is cut a piece, a thin piece that will go down the center as a divider, and then cut a couple of doors that are a little bit bigger that will sit out here instead of in here. They'll sit out here with a set of hinges or something, and they'll go out here on the outside, and then the center will hit right where that post is. So by putting that post there, it will even it out to where the doors won't go in, they'll be even. And then I'll put some kind of latch on it. But that's what I think I'm going to do now. But anyway, back to the finish. After I painted it black, I took 3 Glimmer Mist sprays, and the first one was this one, and let's see if I can find a name on, oh, Copper. And I just turned it, I've got it sitting on my trash can, and I just turned it around and did spritz, you know, just random spritzing all the way around. And then I took the second color, which is sand, and did the same thing, turned it around, spritz, no rhyme or reason. And then I did it the third time with, let's see, this one is I think it says tattered leather. And then and that's where I'm at now. That's what you see now is the result of that. 2 layers of gesso, a layer of black paint, black acrylic paint, and then the 3 sprays. So that's what I've got now. I did finish, I got all my trays put together and a layer of gesso on them, but that's about as far as I've gone on them. I'm thinking I might do them, I don't know if I'm going to do them the same color or I might do them a little lighter. I haven't decided yet. But anyway, just thought I'd catch up to where I am now. So this is it, and I'll check in with you again.